new public administration, disaster management, and civil society. In this lecture, we explain new public administration and formal aspects of new public administration in terms of terms, concepts, and personalities that has helped make new public administration drives public administration to the bounds of the subject political science. New public administration. It is built on the four themes of relevance, values or value system, social equity, and change. First, we'll take a look at relevance. Efficiency and economy has given or driven public administration away from its roots and away from a disciplined approach because put together, discipline was not relevant when one takes a look at the contemporary problems engulfing public administration as it progressed. Also, the relevance of discipline remained questioned whenever public administration was put to decision making and problem solving in the modern days. The new movement hence demanded radical syllabi changes in the emergence of meaningful studies, taking into account realism or reality shock of day-to-day public life. That is actually about relevance, efficiency, and economy that were the driving forces of public administration. Next, we'll take a look at values or value system. New public administration was more focused or centered around its basic or normative concern in administrative studies, rejecting the value neutral positions taken by the behavioral, political science, and management oriented public administration that was followed or in practice before the emergence of new public administration. Value neutrality, whereby the sociologists striving to be impartial and stay away from their own biases in public administration, was declared an absolute impossibility, and discipline was tested in such a manner that it started championing the causes of the underprivileged sections amongst the society. So value neutrality was impossible to achieve, and then the biases in public administration was running too deep. So that they had to come up with a new values or a value system. Next, we'll take a look at social equity. New public administration strongly advocated the need for championing the distributive function, and its basic concern also included the government institutions' impact on society. Public actions were made up in such a way that its main purpose was to reduce economic and social disparities seen in societal systems and stood for the enhancement of opportunities in all its social groups. So what was done in social equity was that it reduced economic and social disparities in society or in societal systems, and it also enhanced opportunities in all its social groups. Next, we'll take a look at change. The motto or mantra of social equity was change. In particular, social change, which was initiated by such movements as Minnow Brook, is also criticized as anti-theoretic, anti-positivist, and anti-bureaucratic. However, brought public administration closer to political science, and through its positioning of clients, social consciousness, and normative approach, it was seen directly in relevant with the context of third world countries. So what are some of the landmarks in new public administration which was formed in 1968? One was Honey Report on Higher Education for Public Service in 1967. Philadelphia Conference on Theory and Practice, 1967. Minnow Brook Conference, which was held in 1968. And then there was a move towards a new public administration in 1971. Next, we'll take a look at what is disaster management. Disaster means a calamitous event that causes great loss of life, damage or hardship, as in the case of an airplane crash or a business failure. C. Fritz defines disaster as events concentrated in time and space, can vary from a relatively smaller geographic area to multiple nations in which societies undergo and incur losses to its members, its social structure disrupted, and essential functions of the society prevented. Disasters may be an act of God, which is when we call it natural or man-made. Natural disasters may emancipate in the form of floods, droughts, cyclones, and earthquakes. Man-made disasters may be in form riots, conflicts, fire, epidemics, industrial accidents, etc. Since the 70s, disaster management has become a major theme of the day, and government attention is increasingly given to it. An expected response pattern to disaster is the relief management programs, and today it is seen that there exists a large number of relief organizations that have sprung up to address any disaster on ground. Voluntary organizations can also play their part in covering up for relief operations in a disaster hit locality or area. During 1971, United Nations has set up UNDRO or Disaster Relief Office that coordinates disaster relief from international community and gives advice on pre-disaster planning. Located in Geneva, this agency of UN, which is UNDRO, works closely with UNDP or the Development Program. In India, the disaster management solely rests with states under the Constitution. The federal government and the Central Ministry of Agriculture deals directly with disaster hit areas and the problems that needed to be addressed from such a disastrous area or locality. Nodal officer organizes and coordinates relief measures to meet natural disasters, and in almost all the cases, the relief commissioner acts as the nodal officer. Crisis Management Group in India is headed by the Central Relief Commissioner and comprises of representatives of various concerned ministry and uses the forum to review and formulate measures to cope up with natural disasters. At the state level, Revenue or Relief Department is tasked with providing relief to natural disasters. The borders of disaster management at the state level is drawn at the district level, and the collector of the district is vested with management powers to fight a disaster situation in the state.